Hello everybody, welcome back to another brand new video here today. We're back for the final round of the Transnation eSports F2 series here at Abu Dhabi. Just to clarify a few things, I know that's not my name up the top right hand side of the screen. Don't panic, I've not randomly changed my name around. I actually had to go and grab a few screenshots because for whatever reason, I shouldn't say for whatever reason because it's just a brain fart on my side. It was after one shot qualifying and the feature race was over, I forgot to save the footage so I could capture qualifying and both the races. So instead I haven't been able to capture qualifying, only I've captured all the sprint race and from about lap 3 onwards in the feature race. One shot qualifying though, as you can see there, we were able to grab pole position. So that's 4 points for us, so that narrows it down to 11 points between ourselves and Mackenzie Stewart. And as you can see, he's invalidated, so he's all the way down in 13. So that is not good for our championship rival. Does us a world of good. But yeah, I definitely suspect that Macca would have the eyes on in this race and will be trying to run us down. Wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest, but let's cut over to the race now. And as you can see, currently lap 3, just about to come under the bridge here at the final part of the Yas Marina circuit. Racing on the lights in the F2 cars. This looks pretty damn cool, not going to lie. I will be honest, at the point in time, I couldn't really give two craps about about how good the cars looked, or just how good everything looked in general. I think myself and Mackenzie both had basically the exact same mindset, and that was just to go out and drive the wheels off these things, and basically just get around as quick as we could. Just do faster slaps after faster slaps, and yeah, it was literally just going to be a case of may the best man win. Mutual respect between us, obviously. I have a great amount of respect for Mackenzie and vice versa. Yellow flags around there near the final sector. I don't think that's anything in particular. I think that might just be Brett retiring, and it is. But yeah, to get back to my earlier point, there's mutual respect between the pair of us. Virtual safety car now, so that is just perfect. But yeah, like I was saying before I got interrupted for a second or third or fourth or 27th time, we do respect each other, obviously. I do personally believe that Macca, there was no shame in losing to him, no matter which one of us got the title. Obviously both of us have had real good races. As far as I'm aware, Mackenzie has basically led the championship since like round 4, so I reckon it would be pretty deflating for him if he lost this at the final round. Obviously I'm going to do everything in my power to try and make sure that I give myself the best chance to win the championship, which is exactly what we're doing so far. VSC ending and green flags are waving. Now, there's something that I have to mention. Mackenzie has picked up a drive-through. I couldn't actually believe what I was hearing when I got the message from a couple of the guys that were already retired, but Mackenzie has sped under the virtual safety car by, I don't even think it was half a tenth. From speaking to him a couple of hours ago, I think it was around 6 o'clock or something, he said that his delta was about like a second, in the green, so he just floored it, which is fair enough. And it's literally gone back into the red just as the green flags have been waved, so couldn't have been worse timing for the Prema driver, because now that's going to drop him outside of the points. And from what I got told a few laps ago, or a few moments ago, if I am able to win this race with the fastest lap and Mackenzie does not score a point, then that's already the championship zone up in the feature race. Not going to lie, I did actually kind of have my fingers crossed that Mackenzie was able to score some points. I wanted this to go down to the final race as we get a little bit squirrely coming out of the pit lane there, but no worries, we keep it under control. Re-emerge on the track in P4. Macca's still behind in P5, but obviously he has just taken his drive-through, so he still has to come in and actually make a mandatory pit stop. And I can say with confidence that he was unimpressed, to say the least. I'm not going to lie, I was, you know, like, you're happy when you hear that news because, you know, you realise that your championship rival has suffered a bit of bad luck, which in the situation we're in, it's really kind of what we need. But at the same time, kind of annoyed me a little bit too, because now we wouldn't really get to settle this on track, so to speak. But anyway, fastest lap of the race there. Obviously I was still trying to push, knowing that there was a chance that I could wrap this title up here in the feature race. Slim chance. That was obviously including the fact that I got fastest lap. Unfortunately, that did not last very long, as Josh manages to steal the fastest lap from right under my nose by less than a tenth of a second as well. So I think I can safely say there, Josh has saved Mackenzie's championship hopes, at least until the sprint race. Obviously, the sprint race is reverse grid.
The gap to the car behind is 3.1 seconds. They're on old super softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:51.9. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Alright, so just wanted to get an update on the penalty situation. Josh with 3 seconds at the moment. I think I'm on 1 warning. I might be on 1 or 2. Not too sure at the moment, but it's not really going to matter anyway. We comfortably have about the 2.5 second lead over the ART driver. He was starting to reel me in these final few laps, but wasn't really worried, to be honest. As I said, after the pit stops were made, I had about almost a 6 second margin, and with about 5 laps to go, I knew as long as I kept up a pretty reasonable, consistent pace that we should win this race without any dramas. And in a few moments time, I'd say that is exactly what we're going to do. Switching our attention just for a brief moment to our rival Mackenzie Stewart. I think the Prema driver is going to finish about 7th or 8th, so he will be on the front row for the reverse grid sprint race, but we're going to come across the line and win the feature race. So pole position and race 1 win, so far so good. Alright, so there we go, guys. Feature race victory here at Abu Dhabi. Let's just double check where Mackenzie's ended up. So he finishes in P7, so that equivalates to 6 points. So let's just have a look. 25, we get 4, so that's 29, and he ends up with 6, so that's a 23 point gain. So as far as I can work out, 15 points behind at the start of the weekend. I think we have about an 8 or a 9 point advantage heading into the sprint race. So, simple way to think about this is Mackenzie needs to win this race to really give himself any type of opportunity to win this championship. Definitely going to be a difficult one for us starting back here in P8. Obviously we've got a bit of traffic to work our way through. We've still got Josh here to contend with as well. No slouch in the F2 cars by his own right. Probably one of the quicker guys on his day, if not the quickest. But anyway, mindset coming into this race was I could hear a lot of the guys talking through like the championship scenario in the background, as there were like 8-10 of us in a party chat or something. But I really kind of drowned that out, to be honest. I really wasn't worried about that. I knew what the points gap was. I knew what I needed to do, and yeah, if I could get up into, I think it's a top 3, then even if Mackenzie wins the race, we will win the F2 National Championship. So yeah, this is it. Lining up back on the grid for the final race of the Transnation F2 National Series. Been a damn long season this, but it's come down to me versus Mackenzie Stewart. Been a little while since I've been able to actually fight this man on track, but here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go here at Abu Dhabi. Looks like a pretty decent launch. Initially, Boa's gone absolutely nowhere. Addy to the right side as well. Josh now looks around the outside. I've got to be real careful here. Those two were wheel-to-wheel interlocked there. I thought Bo was actually going to make contact with Addy and turn him around there, but they both got away with it amazingly. Up to P7 prices. We've already dispatched of Bo. We're going to try and look up the inside of Addy now. Hopefully he doesn't make this too hard for us, and he does not. Basically lets us go there to get on with our race, so thank you very much for that, man. But already, as you can see on the mini-map, Mackenzie Stewart is into P1 and already clearing off down the road, which is exactly what he needs to do. It's all he can do in this sprint race. Coming on to the end of the second back straight, we've got a bit of a mess going on here as Harry, Josh and Robin all trying to make moves on each other. Josh and Robin side by side. Robin very slow out of that left, right, left complex, which allows us to get up the inside and up to P5. And let's just try and see if I can remember the running order at the moment. Mackenzie Stewart is leading for Kramer. Then I think you have the ART of Mason in second, Harry third, Josh fourth, ourselves in P5, Robin P6. I don't know the order after that, but so far everything is going fairly well for us. As into a hairpin we go for the second time of asking. We've been hit in the left rear, bit of contact there with Robin. I don't want to point the finger there at either one of us, to be brutally honest. Kind of just felt like a 50-50 type of, well, I wouldn't even call it an incident. It was just a little bit of contact. As I was having a chat with Mackenzie before we actually got the racing underway this morning, and he did reckon that there was going to be a few scraps at the hairpin, because quite a few of us will take very wide sweeping lines, but a lot of others will take very shallow lines, and that just proved my point there a few laps ago with Robin. But we'll head on to lap 4 now, as we're going to make a move on Mason. Was side by side with Harry there, but he squeezed him out a little bit, so that gifted us P4 and now P3. Shocking brake lock up there at the end of the back straight though. That's not going to do our front left tyre any good. But we are up into P3, and this is all we need at the moment. This will secure us the championship, assuming that nothing happens to anyone around us or to ourselves as well. Coming on to the end of lap 7, I was still trying to hunt Josh down, as is pretty clear by my fastest lap right there. But the gap was really staying at around 2 seconds. Every time I'd bring it down by a couple of tenths, he would just as soon bring it back. From what I can gather...
Okay, gap ahead is 2.1 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 52.4. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
Alright, so just wanted to check if Josh had any penalties like the feature race. Obviously learnt his lesson, and he's all good for the moment. Coming on to lap 10 now. Another fastest lap of the race, only marginally, but hey ho, every little bit counts. And who's that? Top Gun has retired. I think that's actually just under the hotel bridge in the final sector there, so a bit unfortunate for him. But anyway, on to the final lap of the race. I think Mackenzie realised that his championship hopes were basically down the drain by the time lap 10 come around, and both myself and Josh started to reel him in at a rapid rate of knots here on this final lap. As you can see, the ART has got right up onto the back of the Prema. I'm also making inroads on them, but if I'm brutally honest, I really didn't care. I didn't care if those two started to scrap, if they had a moment. Yeah, because it doesn't really matter, because we've got a pretty big gap to the guys behind it, so we're safe and sound for P3. We do have a 3-second penalty, but I think Mackenzie has 6 or 9 seconds. Josh has nothing, so he will win the race on track. But we come across the line, sorry, and we win the Trans Nation eSports F2 National Series. Get in there! Yes! Alright, so there we go guys, that has been today's video. Trans Nation eSports F2 Nationals. We have won the championship here at the final round. Pretty damn pleased with that. Been a great season. Commiserations to Mackenzie Stewart, obviously. He deserved to win that. But anyway, that is it from me guys. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And until my next video, I'll catch you all next time.